Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving them all dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh yeah, everybody out there listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey, oh, listen, Steve Harvey, why don't you join me? Yeah. Steve Harvey, get on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, join in with me. Come with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on, yeah, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. So y'all can get it on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Turn them up, Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them up, got to turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on, do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on. Dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey. Man, got a radio show. Boy, oh boy. I can't even tell you, man. I've been doing some thinking and, just coming off vacation, I was really had some time to sit down and just recharge myself and just think about a lot of things and really spend some time with my wife and her and I, just recommitted ourselves and just went over a lot of things, just had a lot of long talks. Communication is the key, and I'm a guy and I suffer with that, as do a lot of guys. I think a lot of women say that they have a communication problem with their men. I'm no different, I can write a book all day, but I am a man. I'm wired a certain way. And it's not making excuses. It's certain things that we have to pay attention to, especially when it comes to women, because of the way we're wired. And we were just sitting out there talking and having some conversations. And one of the things that I wanted to mention today to you as one of the principles of success, being grateful at all times is difficult to do. I find that to be true with myself. Now, there are others that might be able to do it, but just from talking and listening and living and learning, being grateful at all times is difficult to do, but it's necessary because it's such an act of faith in knowing that no matter what's going on, it's going to be all right. And it's hard to see that when things are not going in your favor. Whatever the case may be, when it's happening to you, it does appear to you that, oh my goodness, man, this is horribly one-sided. So it is difficult. It is hard to do, to be grateful at all times, but it's so necessary. And I just want to point out a couple of things to you. First of all, the difficulty in being grateful in hard times is that, number one, the present circumstances oftentimes is just so pressing and so overwhelming that a lot of your energy is devoted to trying to come up with the solution for that, or trying to muster the strength to weather the storm, or trying to just brace yourself to try to get through it. And in doing that, you don't it's hard to be grateful. It's hard to be grateful in pain. And I know it is. But here is the trick for me. This is what I've had to learn how to do. And I guess it takes practice to get here. It's not nothing you just start doing right away. You got to practice it in small increments to really get it. What I've always had to say to myself and what I've learned to say to myself is, this is happening to me because God is working me through something. This is happening to me because it's some form of test that I have to pass in order to graduate to the next grade, in order to be allowed to move to the next level. This is happening to me because there's something I need to purge my life of, my body of, my spirit of. And when you purge something, it's painful. You know, it's like a person getting off drugs. The withdrawal is agonizing, I've been told. And every documentary I've ever watched, it's an agonizing process to go cold turkey, to withdraw after you've been doing something so long. And so I know that this process is tough when you're going through some pain, but when you're purging your system, when you're having to pass a test, when you're about to when you're being made ready for the next level, that moment right in there, in realizing that that's what's happening, that's where you find the gratitude. That's where I found the gratitude. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. I'm going to keep trying until I get it. But that's where you find the gratitude. The second part of it is that God has never left me. In all the things I've done, in all the mistakes I've made, all the lies I've told, all the situations I've gotten myself into from being greedy and wanting too much for me, at the expense sometimes of other people, not doing it deliberately or in a vindictive way, because I've never had that spirit. I'm not a vindictive or a mean person, but sometimes in my life, in wanting to do what I wanted to do, I didn't totally weigh out the cause and effect of the other person. I mean, can I just be real with you with that? I mean, how many times we done all done that? Look, it don't make you a bad person. You know, good people do bad things all the time. I just happen to have come to the realization that unknowingly and not with malice intent towards a person, I've hurt people. So in doing some of these things, I've created situations for myself. But God, through his grace and mercy, has allowed me to even get beyond that. So when I'm saying that God has never left me, in spite of myself, he's always gotten me through. So that's the other part of it too, see, that no matter what you're going through, you've got to understand that God has always gotten you through it. Now, hasn't he? Now, it may not be the way you wanted or the way you liked, but guess what? You can't do wrong and not pay for that now. That's not how this works. That's never going to be the case. But the great thing about God is he fires warning shots at us all the time. He gives us an opportunity to stop. You know, he don't fully punish us right away every time we do something wrong, now does he? You know, eventually you're going to get caught doing whatever it is you're doing. You do understand that, don't you? But the first time, that close call, that was a warning shot for you to stop. I know you got with her when you know you wasn't supposed to. And I know you got with him when you know you wasn't supposed to. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire a warning shot, and maybe you'll slow your roll this time. But we keep on, though. See, that's what happens. See, we just keep on. And then the next thing you know, we get caught. Now, oh, Lord, have mercy. I want out of this. Yeah, well, see, you done dug this hole pretty deep. And he going to get you out. But there's some things that's got to go down now because you didn't pay attention to the warning shot. See, had you stopped the first time you felt bad about it and said you wasn't going to do it no more, the situation wouldn't be as critical. But because we don't stop and we go again, but God always forgives. He always does that.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather round the radio and make some noise. It's the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
I like that.
I didn't. It didn't
You
go
didn't like
good.
it?
No, not really.
like that.
But
Oh, I
it was
liked
done.
it, Steve.
Okay, thank you, Shirley. Well, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna try it again.
Yeah.
Good morning, Shirley.
Hey, good morning, Steve. What's up?
All right, everything. Hey, Junior.
Morning, Unc, my hero.
What's up, pimp? What's going on, nephew Tommy?
Doggy dog, top of the morning, baby.
Sitting up in here, man, just grooving. I love it when we're cruising together.
Wow, you're musical today.
How's the anniversary, man?
Melodic.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Yeah, you couldn't
Come
even
on.
make it to work yesterday, so I know.
Hell no.
Come on.
I was in the recovery room. Yeah.
With an IV in your arm? Were you a little dehydrated,
Yeah, I
sir?
was up in there just like, oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, I can't tell you exactly where I went, but I took her to a suite overlooking the ocean.
Aw.
And had several meals prepared, suite overlooking the ocean, right onto the water. And so had them prepared 2 meals, had her favorite wine there. We just sat up, man, and talked about our life, wrote some jokes together.
What?
Just fun stuff. She thinks she's funnier than she really is. I laughed, of course.
You better.
I laughed, of course.
I wish you would act like you didn't think it was funny.
And it was just really just a cool evening. Watched a movie and put some pressure on each other, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Like how you describe it. Put some
you know,
pressure on
I'll put some pressure on you, you put some pressure on me, we press each other, you know what I'm saying? Some things got out of hand, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No wonder you couldn't make it to work yesterday.
I gotta be there, I was trying to climb over the balcony and escape at one point.
Okay. I'm going to name 3
You
things.
say you try to what?
Yeah, I was ass naked. I was hanging over the balcony I
I'm gonna,
was trying to drop hang to the suite below me, but it wasn't one. So I had to pull myself back up and just go on back over there and deal with it.
I'm going to name 3 things. Tell me if any of these things were involved yesterday. A clock.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, clock. Yeah, with a loud tick on it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
An elephant.
Just the trunk.
I started to save that one for last. And a pair of Timberlands.
Only had one. I couldn't find the other.
That's all you
Couldn't
need.
find the other.
You got grip. That's
Just
grip.
one shoe will give you enough grip.
So now I understand
Yeah.
the pressure. You speak up, sir.
Yeah.
That was it.
Wow. All right, coming up at 32 after the hour, Steve, we're going to talk about the first Democratic presidential debate. It kicks off tonight in Miami with all 100,000 of the Democratic
Yes.
candidates. Okay, it's so many. It's 23, actually. We'll talk about that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, the first Democratic presidential debate is set for tonight and tomorrow night at Miami's Arsht Center. The debate will air on NBC, MSNBC, and Telemundo at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern with a total of 20 candidates, 10 each night. Candidates had to qualify to be invited. And to qualify, you had to get 65,000 donors to contribute to their campaign, with 200 donors from at least 20 different states, or they had to receive 1% of support in 3 polls the DNC deems as qualified.
So everybody didn't make the cut.
Everyone, it's 23 candidates, only 20 made it, 10 each night.
Well, who didn't get the money?
All right, so here's a list of the 20 candidates that qualified for the debate. Cory Booker, Bill de Blasio out of New York, he's the mayor, Julian Castro, John Delaney, Tulsi Gabbard. Stop me, if you don't
Ain't
know
neither
any
one of
these.
them gonna make it.
Yeah. That.
Well, no, start the list over. I'll tell you who ain't gonna make it.
Okay, Cory Booker out of New Jersey, so the senator. Yeah.
I like him, but he ain't gonna be president.
New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Nope.
Former HUD Secretary Julian Castro. Former Maryland Congressman John Delaney. Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard.
Nope.
Washington Governor Jay Inslee.
Nope.
Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar.
She ain't gonna make it.
Former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke.
Close.
Beto. Ohio Rep Tim Ryan.
He ain't gonna make it.
Who is that?
Say that again.
Sound like Paul Ryan. That's why he ain't gonna make it.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren.
She up in there,
Yeah,
man.
she's heading
I
up
don't know how,
the
but
polls. Because she has a plan. That's all she talks about is I have a plan for that. I have a plan for that. She's got a plan.
For everything.
Yes, she does. Former Vice President Joe Biden.
he up
Yes,
in there.
sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Colorado Senator Michael Bennett.
He ain't gonna make it.
Pete Buttigieg. He's a mayor of South Bend.
Yeah, he ain't gonna make it either.
That last name does it for him, that Buttigieg. Go ahead.
Kirsten Gillibrand out of New York. She's a
She ain't
senator.
gonna make it.
I ain't seen a picture of it.
Kamala Harris, California senator.
Yeah, she in there, but it's getting a little shaky unless she starts saying something. Kamala has to start saying. I like her a lot, but she got to start saying something because she has to come with it and stop saying, that's something I would consider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all these safe answers. She got to get a little bit more definitive. I think the winning ticket, I'll tell you who I think it is.
All right. John Hickenlooper out of Colorado. He's the governor.
Hickenlooper.
Ain't nobody going to make it.
Bernie Sanders out of Vermont. He's the senator there, of course. Eric Swalwell, California representative. Mary Ann Williamson, the author. And when I first looked at this, I thought it was Andrew Young. But this is Andrew Yang, a businessman.
Yeah,
Didn't even know he was running.
All right.
yeah. Nobody know him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that everybody?
Here's the four that didn't make it. Seth Moulton,
Well, we don't even know that.
Massachusetts representative. The mayor of Miramar, Florida, Wayne Messman. Steve Bullock, the governor of Montana, and former Alaska.
Ain't nobody voting for nobody in Montana.
They didn't even make the debate.
When you got more cows and you got people, you don't stand a chance in the state. I'm going to just tell you the real.
All right,
Did you say
let me.
Alaska?
Yeah, Alaska Senator Mike Gravel. He's in it too. He didn't make it, but he's the candidate
For president?
for president.
But
Well,
they
if you
didn't
ain't
make
it. If you can't make this cut, how you gonna make the?
Here's the ticket. It's two tickets that has a chance of winning.
Okay.
Joe Biden
Yeah.
and Kamala.
Kamala.
Or right now, the way it looks,
Wait, you're saying Joe Biden for president and Kamala for VP?
that's where I think it will win.
Okay, because she wants to be president,
I
not
understand
VP.
that. I understand that.
I know what
I
you
understand.
wanna
I want to be a billionaire tomorrow. I got
I'm
all
just
that.
saying, yeah.
No, ain't nothing wrong with it. And hey, man, look, I'm with her. I'm with her with everything she wants. But I'm just telling you,
Okay.
what you want and what is, two different things.
Okay.
Who's the other ticket up?
Huh?
You said two.
Yeah,
tickets.
you
said
I
two.
think Joe Biden and I tell you who else. I think Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
But she wants to be president as well now. We could have a female
Everybody
president.
can't be president.
Yeah, but
What about Beto? He can't get in one of them combinations.
No, he ain't getting in.
we need someone to win.
Yeah.
Win. Joe
Yeah.
Biden's still
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah.
Bernie's still number two. Elizabeth's number three, and she's gaining. She's
I ain't
gaining.
mad at her.
With her,
I
got a
didn't
plan
think
for
she
that.
had a chance.
Yeah, but people are starting
But
to
she's
like her.
starting to,
Yeah.
well, she's starting to make a lot of sense. But like you say, she does have.
A plan.
Can Biden and Bernie be together?
They
No.
They don't think alike, I don't think. Yeah.
Can who be together?
Biden and Bernie.
Oh, hell no.
That's such a cute sounding ticket, though,
I
isn't
like it, don't you?
Yeah.
Biden and Bernie, two old white men.
And Bernie does not want to be VP. He wants to
I'm
be
not
president.
going to be I'm going to shut up. You shut up.
Free everything. Just give everything away. But yeah,
college.
so are we watching it? We are definitely watching
Oh,
it
I'm
tomorrow.
watching tonight.
Yeah, I want to see tonight. I mean, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
Everybody gonna get a question apiece. That's about it.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
it's 10 each night.
I think I'd be pulling out if I didn't make the cut to this.
But remember when Donald Trump was running, there was so many Republican candidates as well. There were a lot
But
in
it
that
was
race.
just you recognized him, and he was different.
He was different
and-
because he was
and-
rude.
Right, obnoxious.
Very
he
obnoxious,
He
yeah.
gave people names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said stuff they wasn't supposed to say. Everybody was waiting to see what he was going to say.
John
He was the guy from The Apprentice. He was
Exactly.
a reality show guy, rich, supposed to be come on, Steve, a real estate tycoon.
Oh,
But the problem with Donald Trump, he's everything so many people want to be.
exactly.
Famous, rich, and women.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, we'll be watching it. Coming up next, Nephew in the building with Run That Prank Back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Miss Ann will be here with our national news. And in entertainment news, Cardi B pleads not guilty in a Queens, New York courtroom. Donald Trump's third press secretary is named. But right now, Nephew, Run That Prank Back. What do you have for us today, dear? Did I say tonight?
You did. You
That's because it's still dark outside.
say it again.
What do you have for us today?
There are condoms at the cleaners.
Oh, this one breaks my
There
heart.
are condoms at the cleaners.
I feel so for this woman.
Don't feel for it. It's
I
pranking time. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello,
Hello, I'm trying to reach Tamika.
this is she.
How you doing? I'm Brad from Quality Cleaners. I'm the manager over here.
Uh-huh.
Listen, did you bring some clothes in this morning?
No, I didn't bring anything into you this morning.
Okay. Well, listen, we got an order that was dropped off this morning here. It's a couple suits, some business shirts, and a few other things. But there's actually been some articles actually left in the clothing. So we want to.
My husband probably brought that down.
Okay,
He said
well,
he dropped it off this morning.
It was dropped off like around 7 this morning, but it's like about $100 cash in the pocket. There's a couple business cards. There's a cuff link here. I looked all over. There's only one cuff link, and then there's 2 condoms in here. So I wanted to see if you guys wanted me to put this in a plastic bag or something and have it for you.
Can you repeat what was left in there again?
Well, like I said, we got it's like right at maybe $105 of cash. There's a business card from an insurance company. There's another business card for what is this? This is
What else was left?
right. I'm trying to tell you about all the business cards.
I'm not interested in the business card because you said something else.
Okay, no, there's a cuff link that we can't find the other cuff link. If it's here, we're looking all over the bag to see if we can find it, but we don't see that either.
What else is in his pocket?
Like I said, you got $100 in here. There's some.
No. You had said something to me. Now I need you to say.
There's some. Yes, there's business cards. There's an insurance card.
The business cards. You said something else.
A cuff link, ma'am. There's a cuff link in here that we can.
The cuff
I don't know
link.
where.
You said something else.
Oh, okay. Well, there's 2 condoms in here. Hello.
What did you say?
Like I said, there's $100 in here. There's
No,
some business.
that. Did you say there was some condoms in there?
There's 2. There's 2 extra large
There's
condoms
2.
in here. Hello.
So, I'm here. I'm just trying to digest all the stuff that you had just said that was in my husband's pocket. Now, are you sure that this is my husband, Chris?
Well, I mean, maybe you know the items, ma'am. There's a gray suit. There's also a solid blue suit. That
sounds familiar, but I'm not understanding what you just trying to tell me. That was some condoms.
The phone number that I called, the number that's attached to this actual order. So, I mean, this is the number we have on file. Is this his number or your home number or was your cell? What number is this?
This is our house number.
Okay.
I just don't believe, what you're telling me because we just celebrated our anniversary last week, and This is
What? I mean, what's wrong, man?
what's wrong. Well, first of all, we married and we never used condoms. And then you up there calling me talking about he got condoms left in his suit coat pocket. I'm not understanding.
Okay.
Oh, I know he ain't cheating on me.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, they could have been there.
Well, why he would have condoms in his pocket? That just don't make any damn sense. If we marry and we don't use condoms, then why the would he have condoms in his pocket?
I don't know, man. You'd have to talk to Chris about that one. I guess my main reason is that you want me to.
Well, wait a minute. I wanted to know, did you clean anything yet? Did you clean the suit?
No, we haven't cleaned it. I just started sorting stuff, and I
don't want you to clean a thing. And all those articles that you said, I want you to put it. I want you to put everything, including them damn condoms. I want you to put it in the bag. I want you to put it in the bag. Don't clean nothing, because I'm going to come up there and I'm going to pick everything up.
Okay, I mean, I'll be here all day. Like I said, my name is Brad, and I'll be here if you want me to put them to the side. I won't clean them. I'll just put them to the side, and I'll leave them in the same laundry bag he had when he dropped them off.
I'm a Chris up. I don't believe this. I done gave this all my good years of my life, and he going to turn around and cheat on me? You make sure you don't clean up thing, because I'm going to CSI all that my damn self. You put all that in the bag, I'm going to call my job and let them know I'm not coming in today.
Ma'am, okay. Slow down. I don't want you to get too hysterical. I mean, you're getting a little irate. Are you okay?
I'm going to be all right. I am going to be all right. When I get up there, Chris is going to get up. That's all I got to say. You make sure you have all that stuff not clean. I don't want you to clean it. I want you to put all that other that you said that you found in his pocket. You put all that in the bag. Because Chris is, I don't know who he think he's with.
Okay, Miss Tamika, would you like for me to call Chris?
I don't want you. No. Look, Bobby. I don't want you to call Chris.
Man, wait a minute. Wait. My name's Brad. I'm Brad.
I don't give a damn what your name is, sir. I really don't. Okay? Because Chris is going to get up. You just put everything in the bag, sir, like I had asked you to. I am on my way down there, and Chris, no, this ain't going down this way. We just renewed our vows. And matter of fact, them condoms come in threes, and you up there talking about there is two left? What the I'm not understanding. I know how to do my math, okay? Chris is going to get when he get home tonight.
Here's something else in the pocket, too. There's a note in here.
A note? What does it say?
Okay, man, I you know what? This has gotten way out of hand. I don't want to.
And you need to quit telling me every that's in the pocket. Would you read that to me? Matter of fact, I want that in the bag, too. Okay. The more evidence I have, the better off it's going to be for me. Because I'm going to kiss up. What did the note say?
The note says, this is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your husband, Chris, got me to prank phone call you.
What the Oh, my God. Chris was going to die tonight. We was going to have a barbecue in his honor. Do you hear me, Tommy? Do you hear me? Oh, my God, Chris. I don't believe this is to me on the radio. Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Tommy.
Hey, baby, let me ask you this. What's the baddest radio show in the land?
Steve Harvey Morning Show, baby. Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Word of advice, fellas, when you buy the 3-pack and you only use one, throw the other 2 out the window so you don't have condoms at the cleaners.
Wow. He's so married.
Why is you saying
Tell him, Steve.
Oh, I thought that was good advice. You can't give good advice.
All right, look, coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have some entertainment news and a national news update with Miss Ann Tripp.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so fresh off her Album of the Year win at the BET Awards, Cardi B showed up at court in Queens, New York yesterday. Check out what she was wearing. I am here for all of this. Wearing a navy blue and pink pantsuit with matching what? Blue hair. What? Yes, Cardi
Is
B.
this why you got blue hair shirt?
No. The judge informed Cardi that she was being charged with attempted assault in the second degree and various other charges. The judge gave Cardi the option of having all of her charges read aloud in court, and her attorney said that would not be necessary. Cardi then voiced her plea, and she said, "Not guilty, sir. Honor. Not guilty, sir. Honor."
Sir Honor, I like that. Her hair look good. This blue is kicking.
Yeah.
Let me see it, sure.
I love the blue.
That's sexy right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Cardi B.
Well,
If you could just pull up a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay. All right, Cardi B.
oh, he's still
Oh, my God.
Exact same voice inflection.
Yeah.
It's soft.
but softer.
You can end up in a courtroom right next to
Yes,
Cardi.
right.
And it sounds worse.
It does.
Then it's a little softer than that.
Get him,
Boy.
Steve Harvey. Get your
No,
nephew.
That's too late.
Yeah, all right. Well, back to Cardi B. This is a very serious case, and she could be looking at up to 4 years in prison if convicted in these attempted assault charges. This past Saturday during a BET Awards performance, Cardi told her fans, "F you mean? I ain't going to jail. I got a daughter."
You know how many people in jail?
Okay,
with
with
daughters?
children.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yes.
You think I be saying the wrong thing? Look at that right there.
I'm with you when you're right, nephew.
Man, please.
That's sad.
I know. All right, in political entertainment news, yesterday the White House named Stephanie Grisham its new press secretary and communications director. For what? I mean,
Which number is this?
this is
Hey, did I not say
4.
that Sarah Huckabee Sanders was not going to make it?
Yeah,
you
you
did.
Yeah, you said that.
I said,
you did
man,
say that.
I can tell, but I saw Spicer on here. I said, this dude getting sick of this right here.
Yeah.
But Sarah Huckabee, no. Who is the new person they got?
Her name is Stephanie
Her?
Grisham.
Oh,
She's been with Trump's campaign since 2015. She currently serves as Melania's chief of staff.
well, all they can do is make sure that they cut out press conferences. If they cut out press conferences, she can last for a while.
Yeah, they only have 2 a year, and the rest he tweets, so she'll be good. Yeah.
Okay, what, a year and a half to go?
Yeah.
Can you make it to the finish line?
What was Scaramucci? I thought he wasn't press secretary. He was something else. I mean, I know he was
Scaramucci,
11 days.
Carbucci. He was,
Yeah.
But he came out saying the wrong stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He did. Yeah. So anyway, there you have it. Stephanie Grisham. She's been with the Trump campaign since 2015. Been with the First Ladies for a while. She's her chief of staff, or she was. Now she's going to take over. So
What
you
is
know.
that job? What is that job? Her chief of staff. What are they doing?
Well, but you know, Tommy, those people have big lives because she takes care of she has a big life. Melania. I don't know what she does, but she got
That's
a
what
big
I'm
life.
asking.
All right.
I
Let's go
don't
to.
know. I ain't never been the wife.
Let's go to the news, Steve. Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ann
He's going
Tripp.
to say it.
He will.
Everybody, this is Andrew with the news, and it's hump day. The Trump administration wants to tighten the economic screws on the Iranian government, and the president's warning that if Iran attacks anything American, that the U.S. is going to respond with, quote, great and overwhelming force. That's a quote. And that in some cases that might mean, here's another quote, obliteration. The tensions between the U.S. and Iran, have been escalating in recent weeks. Iranian officials calling the latest round of U.S. sanctions against their country outrageous and idiotic. President Trump criticized over his administration's treatment of children in detention centers, now says he's concerned about the conditions at the border for young migrants detained by U.S. authorities. And now John Sanders, the acting commissioner of Customs and Border Protection, is resigning his post after investigators say they discovered some 300 migrant children being kept without adequate food, water, sanitation, just being given like cookies occasionally. Trump says that the government needs at least $3 billion to deal with the situation. And the Democrat-controlled House of Representatives did their best overnight. They passed a bill providing $4.5 billion in emergency aid to care for thousands of migrant families and unaccompanied children detained after crossing the border. Problem is the bill was passed along party lines. In other words, with very little or no help from Republicans. That sets up a showdown with the Republican-dominated Senate, which may try to change the measure a little bit before it gets to President Trump. Looks like yesterday's Capitol Hill meeting went really well for the 911 responders and activists. They say they've secured an agreement from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, saying that he will call a vote on a measure that would extend the Victims' Compensation Fund. Lead activist John Fields says he got an assurance from the GOP Senate leader that the Senate would vote on extending the bill before August. Right now, the fund expires every 5 years. It's been running out of money faster than expected because more people have been getting sick. Democratic-controlled House Judiciary Committee has okayed a bill that would extend the fund until the year 2090, but the full House and Senate must still take that up. Tonight, the Democrats hold their first debate with 10 candidates on the stage tonight. Then there'll be 10 others tomorrow night. The lineups were chosen by random lottery. Among those on the stage tonight, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, Senator Cory Booker, Senators Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, and Beto O'Rourke. That's tonight. Then they have, again, 10 others running on the stage tomorrow. Former Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller has agreed to testify publicly now before both the House Judiciary and Intelligence Committees on July 17th. We'll see what happens then. And finally, today is Eat Your Beans Day.
Beans and cornbread.
Eat and cornbread with a little butter, please. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, the 4th of July is just a week away, guys. I'm loving this. And Stephen, tell me, you both love barbecuing and all of that,
Yep.
pit masters and everything. So here's a question for you. What if you guys had a barbecue? And tell me, you have them all the time, I know. And the majority of your party were vegans. What would you do?
They not.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Even the sides got meat in it, so I don't know what you finna do. You know what I'm saying? Them green beans got some meat in it.
Right. Yeah.
You're gonna be
The
full
baked
of potato
beans,
salad.
baked
Yeah,
beans.
baked beans got some meat in it.
Macaroni and cheese might have some meat in it.
What?
It's gonna be next to me.
Slaw got meat in it. Mashed potatoes got some meat in it.
You're gonna eat potato salad the whole time you there.
The
That's
kale salad got meat in it.
They need not
The
come.
beet salad, beet rhyme with meat. I don't know what you think. Them ain't nuts.
You won't be a vegan when you leave.
Wow.
Put it that way.
Well, at least
The
you guys,
fruit salad
it has meat in it.
got meat in it.
At least you guys didn't panic, according to a new survey.
Hold on, one last
one
thing.
last-
I put meat in my iced tea, so.
I was going to ask you, what about the Kool-Aid? Yeah.
They just need
Bacon
not come.
ice cubes. That's some bacon ice
Bacon
cubes.
ice
we got.
cubes.
Yeah.
Well, at least 46% of people panic when they find out that vegans are coming to the house for the barbecue. 71% say they hope their guests with dietary restrictions will be fine with carrots and celery sticks and get by with what is already offered at the barbecue.
Oh, look, I got roasted corn for you, bell
Oh,
pepper,
okay, there you
zucchini,
go. Yeah.
portobello mushroom steaks. I lay you out,
57% of guests with dietary restrictions say they have taken their own food to a barbecue.
That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if
Because
any-
don't come in here making faces.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, listen, coming up at 34 after the hour, the Obamas are living their best lives. They're in Europe on their summer vacay. Oh, my goodness.
Go
They're
ahead.
doing it. They're doing it real big. We'll talk about it at 34 after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
The Obamas are living it up on their European summer vacation. Well, this past weekend, for example, they had lunch with Bono and his wife on the French Riviera. Thank you very much. And Sasha and Malia joined them. Barack and Bono have been friends for a long, long time, Next stop for the Obamas was a visit to see George Clooney and his wife Amal at their Italian villa on Lake Como for a charity dinner. They're balling out of control, right?
Come on now.
Lake Como's mayor implemented a 300-foot exclusion zone for the Obama's visit. Boats were banned from approaching within 300 feet of Clooney's villa. and a tiny beach near the villa was deemed off limits. Even pedestrians were banned from walking past the property. Wow, is he more famous now than when he was in office? When
he was in office, it would have been way, way worse.
I know. The Obamas have been spotted on private yachts in French Polynesia, spending time with Richard Branson on his private island, and doing a bit of shopping in Italy. So, Steve, do you think he misses the White House at all? I mean, you've talked to him. Yeah.
Hell no. He don't miss nothing about it. He's so happy right now. They done made all that money on that book. They got investments. Man, they living their best life. The best thing, greatest day of his life. The best 2 days of his life.
Yeah.
Becoming president of the United States and not being president no more.
Yeah. So, listen, now, you go on vacation next week, right?
Ooh, girl.
How excited are you, sir?
Ooh, shaking.
Just
Girl, I've been shaking.
Let us live vicariously for a moment.
All this that you talking about what the president doing, finna do it.
Look out, George Clooney. Here we come.
No, I ain't got nothing to do with Clooney. I'm not going over Lake Como. I'm staying out in that big water. I will not be up there in Lake Como. It's stunningly gorgeous up there.
Wow.
Stunningly gorgeous.
But you're going to be on the French Riviera.
And Italian Riviera. And the Amalfi Coast. And Croatia. I'm going to let them have it.
I mean, that's great.
And Sicily. I'm going to go down through and over to Sardinia and Corsica. Yeah, I'm going to let them have it, man.
So
back up in Portofino. Yes, ma'am.
Do you dock? Do you dock and get out?
Yeah. A lot of times. A lot of times. But I we like more like staying out now.
Oh, okay.
You know, we take the tender in. We like waking up.
On the water.
Oh, man. Coffee.
Man, sounds great.
And you have a private chef, right? And everything you eat is fresh. You were telling us last time.
Yeah. All of that comes with it.
Does it cost to dock? Oh, I don't know
nothing
about
that.
Hell
yeah.
So when you pull up,
at least $1,500.
What?
Oh, easy.
To pull up?
No, right. Easy. That's to pull up. That ain't no gas or nothing.
You know, Uncle, if you take me, I'll take care of the docking costs. I'll take that off. I'll take that off your plate.
I love it.
I get them.
You got that $1,500?
Boy, we pull up everywhere.
Hey, Junior. Some of them places, I said at least $1,500. That's very rare that you get that.
Oh, they more than that?
Oh, they go up?
Oh, dog, it's 10,000 some places.
Oh, hell,
we ain't pulling in there.
Swim up there.
Oh, the hell, we gonna take the dinghy.
Wow.
I got the 15 all day.
But that 15 is just some places. They got some places cost so much money to pull up at.
Wow.
Ain't no joke, man.
Well, I mean, Steve, you work hard. You should play hard.
Yeah.
You should play hard. Ball
Look,
out.
my wife and I go on one vacation a year.
Mm-hmm.
One vacation, that's ours. It's our anniversary. And that's where we go. And I save up and I pay for it ahead in advance. You know, we just go and enjoy ourselves. It's such a blessing, man, that God gives you a life that you can do some things like this. And it's at so many different levels, man. I'm just appreciative of God that he's allowed me to see some of these different levels, man. It's just nothing but God's grace. I can't take no credit for this. I'm telling y'all, man. God can do anything, man. God can make anything happen for you.
Yeah.
If you can think it conceive it,
come on,
you can achieve it.
Yeah, nothing too
All
hard
you got to
for
do
God.
is believe it. Oh, it ain't nothing too hard for God. We stuff hard for us.
Yeah.
But for him, it ain't nothing.
All right. Thank you, Lord. That's all I can say. And this, too, up next, the nephew with today's prank phone call right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's today's Strawberry Letter. The subject, my husband is such a dummy. But right now, the nephew is here with today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
Tombstone.
Ooh.
Everybody will have one sooner or later. Tombstone. Okay? All right? All right. It's Auntie's funeral, and they got this name spell wrong on here. Tombstone. Let's go.
Funeral home, it's Kendrick. Hey, man, we got a problem with this funeral home. Let me ask y'all something. Look, y'all done messed around and put the wrong name on my auntie Tombstone as well as the date, and we got a problem we got to get rectified, man. Y'all got the whole
Hold on, man. Calm down. First of all, what is your name?
My name is Reggie, man, but y'all, I can't understand a funeral home making these kind of mistakes. You know, that don't make no sense. How long have y'all even been in the business to be doing something like this?
Sir, this is a family business. We've been doing this 40+ years.
Why y'all making mistakes like this, man?
What's the problem? What's the mistake? What mistake you think we made?
Okay, look, man, we buried my auntie 2 weeks ago. Her name is Rosetta.
Okay.
All right. The way you spell her name is Rosetta. Y'all got Rozetta. And she was born June the 8th, 1948. Y'all got August the 6th, 1940. Y'all got the dates mixed up, and y'all got her name mixed up. And what we ain't finna do is have my auntie rested in peace with the wrong stuff on her tombstone. That don't make no sense, man.
Calm down. Bro, you keep yelling at me. There's no way I can help you if you're yelling at me. Now, I need...
Well, fix the problem then, man.
Well, I can check the paperwork. and see what the problem is. Now, if you gave me the wrong information, your family gave me the wrong information, then we just put down what we was given. And if we got to change something, we'll change it, but it's going to cost you some more money.
Oh, no, hold on. Y'all ain't, we're not paying another damn dime to that funeral home. Not another damn dime. The stuff going to get changed on this damn tombstone, and we're not paying for nothing. Now, I'm going to tell you this here. I'm going to come over there.
I'm saying we can help you out. I can help you, but if you gave me the wrong information, that's on you. I didn't do that. That's on you.
We didn't give you the wrong information. Now, I'm going to tell you this right here. What is your name?
Funeral.
What is your name?
My name is Kendrick.
Okay, Kendrick. Let me tell you something. If this don't get changed by tonight, me and some of my cousins finna come out there and start digging up bodies.
Y'all not coming over here and digging up nothing. Y'all, this is my family. You gonna disrespect my family and come over here and you gonna dig up what?
We're gonna dig up some bodies if y'all don't get this rectified on my tombstone.
It's not gonna be none of that. I'm not having you coming over here. We're going to fix the problem. I'm going to check the paperwork, and I can get back to you. That's what I can do, but you ain't digging up nothing.
If y'all ain't fix this thing on my tombstone by this evening, me and my cousin is coming out there digging up some of them damn dead bodies until y'all get this damn thing fixed.
Ain't going to be nobody coming over here and digging up no damn nothing. Wait a minute. Listen. Hold on. See?
What?
Now I'm getting excited, too. Calm, man, let me just talk to you like a man. Listen, what I'm saying to you is that the family fills out the paperwork, puts the name and the birth date on there. If it is incorrect and has to be fixed, I have to call the man out here to fix it. And that's going to cost some money. I have to pay him. All I'm saying is, if that is the case, if the paperwork is incorrect, it's not on us, and I'm going to have to charge you a little extra money just so I can get it taken care of.
I'm not going to get charged nothing. We ain't got no more money, man. We ain't got no more money. Y'all charge us an arm and a leg to bury my auntie. We ain't got no more. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you one more time, Mr. Kendrick. If I don't see a child, I'm coming out there this evening to look at my auntie tombstone. I'm coming out there. Now, if the date and the name ain't fixed, I promise you, so help me, I'm finna start digging up bodies, and if your ass is out there, I'm gonna put you in one of them holes that I done dug up.
Man, I tell you what, Reggie, you're not gonna put me in no hole, man. Like I say, I'm trying to talk to you and tell you what the deal is and how we will get this fixed. Ain't nobody coming out here and digging up nothing. I have to call somebody to get it fixed.
I bet you I'm digging up a hole and I'm putting your in it if you don't fix my auntie tombstone.
Then we both is going in the damn hole. That's what's going to happen.
No, we both going in there then. Because y'all done mess around and put the wrong date. Y'all done spell my auntie's name wrong and everything. All of that.
Man, I don't even answer the damn phone. Let my uncle get it. Listen, Reggie.
What?
Reggie,
what do you want?
We're not going to fix nothing. Me and you yelling at each other, we mean. We don't do this. Yelling at each other is not going to fix the problem. I still have to do a step here. I have to look at this paperwork.
When is you going to look at it then?
Reggie, if you keep yelling, I don't even have time to even go over this paperwork. Every time I get ready to look at something, you yelling in my ear.
Okay, well, let me say this to you one more time. Matter of fact, I'm finna come out there right now. That's what I'm finna do.
You know what? Well, come on then. I try to talk nice to your tell you what to do. I told you that this is a family business, and you disrespected me. Man, you. You come out here, you ain't no cousin. We both going to whole day. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now. See, I got to talk to you nice. I'm coming out there in just a minute. You don't even know how to lift your kid.
Well, you need to know that my is on my way, because I guarantee y'all gonna change it.
I could bring your in. Bring your you ain't your cousin. Who else the car. I dig up both 7 holes out this day.
I bet you when they get ready to spell Kendrick on the tombstone, I bet you they won't spell that wrong.
Oh, well then, come on, you. You and your cousin.
Well, I got something else I need to tell you.
What the else you got to say?
I said, is you listening to me, Kendrick?
What the you have to say, Reggie?
I got to say this. This is nephew Tommy. You just got pranked by your secretary with.
No.
You alright?
Man. You, Tommy. How about that? Damn.
Hey,
man. You got me, man. Man, I wasn't even supposed to be in here today. Damn, I knew something was funny.
Oh, man. You all right now?
Yeah, you got me, but I was going to dig a hole for your today, trying to tell you.
All right, hey, man, I got to ask you one more thing. What is the baddest, I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, how y'all want y'all Tombstone?
I haven't
Don't
thought
nobody
about
care
that
how?
much.
Yeah.
Between the born date and the death date, it's that dash.
Well, we're going to have your dash. What, do you want some flowers on the side? How you want
Promise
it?
I ain't going to visit it.
Well, at least you'll know now what you're getting. You know what I'm saying?
Once I'm gone, my cast is pretty much over. I ain't going to get to heaven and say, Lord, did they put the right tombstone down there?
Wow.
What you want? You want one of them mausoleum things? What you want?
Nah,
when you in that wall?
And he really thought about it, Tom.
Yeah.
They really gonna make me no damn difference.
Okay. Now, if you want, I can have it where it's in New Orleans. That's above ground. You know what I'm saying? You ain't underground. You can have that.
Are you in charge of the funeral?
I'm definitely in charge of my uncle's funeral. What? I want a funeral rehearsal. You know what I'm saying? That way, you know, the people that I want.
Well, because a lot of people
there.
surely gonna have to practice carrying a little casket.
Shut up.
Yes, Steve. Yes,
you know, a lot of people is used to having 6 pallbearers. His just gonna be 2.
You gonna say I walked into this one? Huh? That's what you gonna say?
Like little ring bearers at a wedding, Steve.
Yeah, you know they're gonna come down slow. It's gonna be 2 pallbearers, just one in the front, one in the back.
Tommy gonna
It's
be
okay.
buried.
They're gonna be a little heavy towards his head.
Tommy gonna get buried in the carry-on luggage.
Yeah, or roll on. Tommy gonna come down there in the Louis Vuitton roll on, cause you know he like Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you wrapped in one of them blankets you can sleep with on the plane. I'm not gonna just wrap you. I'm gonna swaddle you.
Swaddling clothes.
I'm gonna swaddle you in a Louis Vuitton, then I'm gonna put you in a roll on.
I used to love to swaddle Sheridan. She hated it, but I know what swaddling is. Yeah, that's
So I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna set you. You ain't got to use no casket stand. I'm gonna put you up on the table where they had an offering tray. And I'm gonna just unzip it. I'm gonna have a little lock on it and everything. You gonna be LV down, boy.
We gotta go.
Turn on me. How did the bit turn on me?
All right, thank you, nephew. Thank you, Steve. Really, thank you, Steve.
Like, you're welcome. I'm here for you.
All right, up next, Strawberry Letter subject. My husband is such a dummy. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, it's time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter on Steve Harvey FM and just click Submit Strawberry Letter. We'll get it, and we could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now, today. All right?
Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Subject, my husband is such a dummy. Dear Steve and Shirley, I've been married for 20 years, and it's been the longest 20 years ever. Neither of us has been perfect in the marriage, but I got myself together, and I was hoping that my dumb ASS husband did too.
Dumbass.
But it seems like there are far too many ways for him to do his dirty deeds now. About 3 months ago, he sent me a text that was intended for someone else. He wanted to meet up after work. I busted him, and he lied and said that the text was for me, and he was trying something new to keep our marriage interesting. I knew he was lying, so I started paying close attention to his daily call logs on the cell phone bill. He was dialing all kinds of numbers that I had never seen before. I didn't ask him about it because I needed more proof. Then by looking at his phone, I noticed that he downloaded a new app that allows him to talk and video chat with people without it showing up on the cell phone bill. Then I realized he was on social media, liking pictures of half-dressed women, commenting on how nice and fine they are, and sending these women direct messages. He was DMing them. When I confronted him with everything, he swore that it's all innocent fun and he's not trying to be sneaky. He said he never had planned to meet up with any of those women. I pay the cell phone bills, so I told him that I'm going to have his cell phone deactivated and he will not have access to any apps or social media. He almost lost it when I said that, which confirms my suspicions.
Read that line again, Shirley.
Okay. She pays the cell phone bills, okay? So she told him that she's going to have his phone deactivated and he will not have access to any apps or social media. He almost lost it when I said that, which confirms my suspicions. If my gut feelings are right and he's cheating again, I'm out of here. Do you think I'm just tripping or blowing this out of proportion? Please help. Well, you definitely have a few things that are definitely cause for concern here, and really more than that. First, the text you mentioned in the letter that he sent to you by mistake. You knew it was intended for someone else. You knew he was lying. He tried to cover it up, saying that, he wanted to try something new in the marriage. You knew that was a lie. Also, the new app he has where he can video chat and like pictures and DM people, that's another clue. And, of course, your gut feeling. You know what they say, always trust your gut, right? Well, after 20 years, you know your man. You know his habits. You know how he moves. So you know when he's telling the truth and you know when he's lying. All through this letter, he has done nothing but lie, and you've caught him. So you ask us, are you tripping and are you blowing things out of proportion? You know, I say trust yourself, trust your instincts. No, I don't think you're blowing things out of proportion. I don't think you're tripping at all. I think your husband is tripping. I think he's tripping. He's the one that's out of control here with all of this. You say if your gut feelings are right and you find out he's cheating again, you're out of there. So it looks like, you better start packing your bags. You don't have any concrete proof now, but it looks like it might be coming. So get ready. Steve?
Wow. I don't know what to tell you. You've been married for 20 years. You said it's been the longest 20 years ever. I mean, damn. Yes. Neither one of y'all been perfect in the marriage. That means you done tripped and he done tripped. But then you say you got yours together and then you was hoping he did. But now it's because of technology, it's just too many ways for him to be out there tripping. So he sent this text about 3 months ago that was intended for somebody else. Said, to meet up for after work. Well, then you busted him. Now, here's what he did, though. After you busted him, you said that he said that was for you. He was trying to keep new things in that man. I just sent that to you. I just told you that. I just act like I ain't know you. I knew he was lying. Yes. So then you start watching the call log on the cell phone bill. All kinds of numbers on there. But now you snooping, so you didn't want to bust him right away. But you started looking at his phone that he had downloaded a new app that allows him to talk and video chat with people without it showing up on the cell phone bill. Now that's curious to me. Mm-hmm. A video phone call is different on your cell phone bill?
Is it the WhatsApp?
I don't know.
WhatsApp. I think it's WhatsApp, Steve. She didn't say that, but it's probably WhatsApp.
You mean it's...
No, nephew, it seems like he has some insight on this. What was that? Married man?
I don't know a damn
okay,
thing.
then. Okay.
Water, Let me go get
inside
me some
voice, outside voice. Crazy.
This boy is brilliant.
How long did you give it, Steve?
7 years.
Definitely not 20 years like the letter.
It should be the longest.
Like she said.
That allows him to talk and video chat with people without it showing up on the cell phone bill. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see what you're talking about. That must be WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Then I realized he was on social media, liking pictures of half-dressed women, comment on House and Fine. They are sending these women DMs. Then when you confronted him, he swore he was innocent. He ain't sneaky. He ain't playing on me with none of them women. I just said I wanted to.
How did he say it?
I just said I ain't gonna beat up with nobody. I just said I had wanted to. Girl, you tripping.
Right.
You don't see me over there now, do you?
All right, hold on, Steve. We'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 after the hour. Subject of today's Strawberry Letter, my husband is such a dummy. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. And come on, Steve, with your response. The subject is, my husband is such a dummy.
Yeah, you married. Y'all been together 20 years. According to you, it's been the longest 20 ever. Technology done took over. He done found a lot of ways to cheat now. 3 months ago, he sent a text to you that was intended for somebody else. He wanted to meet up after work. I busted him. He lied and said that the text was for me, and he was trying to, girl, that text for you.
I love it. What's his name?
Girl, you talking about the dude's name in the letter? Terilius. Terilius, because he tells the women, I'm Terilius, Terilius.
Terilius.
So Terilius is dead serious. And he lied and said that text was for you. And you knew you was lying, so you started watching the call logs. He dialed all kind of numbers you'd never seen before. I didn't ask him about it because I needed some more proof. Then you looking at the phone, notice he done downloaded a new app that allows him to talk and video chat with people without it showing up on the cell phone bill. That's WhatsApp, according to Shirley. Then I realized he was on social media liking pictures of half-dressed women, commenting on how nice and fine they are, and sending these women direct messages. Then when I confronted him, he swore that it was all innocent. He just not trying to be sneaky. Girl, I ain't had no plan on going out with none of these here women.
Come on, Terilius.
Because listen, we was just talking. We was just talking, and that's all it was.
He's from New York.
And then you come talking about that I was going to meet up with these women, and I wasn't. So then, then you come talking about because you paid the cell phone bills that you was going to have my phone just deactivated. Now, why you tripping like that?
Wow.
And then you ain't got I ain't going to have no access to any of these apps. I need these apps for my job.
He's doing a job in there.
That's good.
Okay.
Well, if he got a job, he should pay his own cell phone bill.
If my gut feelings are right and he's cheating again, I am out of here. Do you think I'm just tripping and blowing this out of proportion? Okay, let me ask you something.
What's her name?
This is Terilius and just Shamika.
Terilius and Shamika, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They call him STD.
What?
They call him STD. Shamika and Terilius doing the damn thing. If my gut feelings are right and he's cheating again, well, if your gut feelings is right, your gut telling you he's cheating again, I'm out of here. Do you think I'm just tripping and blowing this out of proportion? Look, if you're looking for a reason to stay with the man, then just go and stay with him. You got 20 years in, you can use that one. People like to use I got 20 years in, like that's supposed to have value to it. If something gone bad, then it was a season for it. Some relationships are just for seasons. Yeah. It's just you didn't blow that portion of your life. You look back on it, you got some good times out of them 20, even though it was the longest you ever had. Your husband a dummy, but if he dumb, what that make you though? Because you staying with him, and your gut telling you what he doing. Man, Terilius just any questions about this letter? Because
Why his gut don't tell him to get his own damn phone in his own name? Why his gut don't tell him that?
No, because, Tommy, when you're stupid, now, you all know this.
You know what, man?
Pop team, what? Y'all know this now.
Some of this stuff, I don't see what they questions for.
All right, go ahead, Steve.
Well,
You can't even move on.
When a man is at this level of ignorance, it compounds and manifests itself in a lot of ways.
Oh, okay.
When you stupid, you ain't just stupid at that.
Mm-hmm.
That stupidity shows up in multiple areas of your life.
Hold on a minute, Steve. Now, Tommy, is this true? What Steve's saying?
Sure.
Come on, boy.
Shirley, you go now.
I love you.
I expect it from Junior.
I love you.
Steve. I don't expect it from you.
I love you.
Question, though. Answer the question.
Now, see, the thing about Tommy, now, let me tell you something about Tommy. Tommy's ignorance is reserved for a prank phone call. Now, his anger management problem, that carries over. But he don't have to deal with his anger management in pranks. His stupidity is for pranks. Now, his anger management, that's other areas of life, and that's not really stupidity, that's anger management.
Okay, aren't we getting off subject, though? We're talking about stupidity.
Well, I don't know how we could be. Didn't I say Tommy twice?
Okay.
Y'all just as ignorant as me. I don't hear.
Yeah, I am as ignorant as you, but I be damned if I'm stupid as you. You, sir, have that type stupidity. Whatever you say.
Come on, Junior, you got it.
Yeah, that is. I don't know what that is. All
right, listen, we got to get out of here. Leave us your comments on today's Strawberry Letter on Instagram at Steve Harvey FM, and check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Coming up in 10 minutes, we'll review the headlines and some trending topics. That's coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
So, guys, friend to the show, Mike Epps. He's our friend. We love him. Mike Epps is married. He's a married man yet again.
Ahead,
Congratulations.
Mike.
Yes.
Mike Epps.
Yeah, on Sunday night, Mike married Kyra Robinson. She's from Chicago. She's a TV producer. He married her at the luxurious Pelican Hill Resort in Newport Beach, California. The couple had been dating for 2 years. They went.
I know exactly where they got married.
Yeah. They've been dating for 2 years. They went public shortly after Mike and his first wife, Michelle, got divorced in 2017. T.I. left the BET Awards on Sunday night to be at the wedding. Snoop Dogg and Cedric the Entertainer, Steve, they skipped the awards altogether so they wouldn't miss the wedding. Earthquake was there. Our boy Earthquake was there as well. And get this, Dougie Fresh and the Whispers, Tommy, can you say that?
The Whispers,
right? Performed at the reception. So we have to say congratulations to Mike and his new bride. They look beautiful together.
Congrats,
she's gorgeous.
Mike.
All right, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, man.
Wow.
Yeah. So here's an interesting story. We mentioned that Mike Epps' wife is from Chicago. Well, Illinois is now the 11th state in the U.S. to legalize the purchase and possession of recreational marijuana. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to say a shout out to our friends at B103. That's our radio family in Chicago. What were you going to say?
So that means it's not medical, it's recreational.
Yeah,
It's
recreational.
Oh, man.
Just regular
Yeah.
weed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This might calm a lot of things down.
Yes, let's hope. Governor Pritzker there signed the bill Tuesday. It allows adults 21 and over to buy and possess small amounts of marijuana. Adults will be able to purchase and possess 30 grams of cannabis, 5 grams of cannabis concentrate, and cannabis-infused products containing no more than 500 milligrams of THC.
That's a lot of weed, y'all.
That is it? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
500 milligrams sounds like a lot.
Well, this concentrate sounds like a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Under the law, medical patients, to speak to your question, Junior, would be permitted to buy marijuana seeds and grow up to 5 plants at home, so long as the plants are kept out of public view. So there you go.
I know you ain't been back there in my weed hedges, is you?
Coming up at the top of the hour.
Weed hedges.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Steve, we're going to talk about the proposed federal wealth tax. That's coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, Abigail Disney, that is a granddaughter of a Disney World co-founder and heiress to the Disney fortune, she's among a group of 19 ultra-wealthy Americans who signed a letter on Monday asking presidential candidates to support a federal wealth tax. The letter states that America has a moral, ethical, and economic responsibility to tax our wealth more. The wealth tax could help address the climate crisis, improve the economy, improve health outcomes, and strengthen our democratic freedoms. The letter was published in the New York Times on Monday. Ms. Disney joined CNN's Don Lemon to discuss the federal wealth tax, noting that we're creating a super class that is so far above the vast majority of people that they don't share the same planet or the same reality as working class Americans. She added that 47% of people cannot cope with being hit with even a $400 emergency. She's saying, I don't think that the people who are on their private jets or living in incredible riches can even begin to digest what it means to not have $400 for an emergency. So, Steve, I got to ask you, what do you think? I mean, what do you think about what she's saying about the federal wealth tax?
I mean, she can say what she want to say. They're not finna do that. I mean, you can say what you want to say. Here's a problem. No one is paying all of their taxes. No one. And they know that. And you just can't go. Look, man, I don't know how you punish a person more for being more successful. I don't know how you keep doing that. You already put them in a 40% tax bracket. If you put them in a 40% tax bracket, how much more can you tax them? I mean, I just don't know how to do that, I just don't know how to do it. For every dollar you make, plus if you put in the state taxes and all your franchise taxes that you have to pay, you're at 50% and better. So every dollar you make, you got to send 50 cents to the government. That's you're asking a lot of people.
What about the statement that she made about 47% of people, and that's almost half, can't cope with being hit with a $400 emergency?
I understand that. I mean, I've been in that position many times.
Yeah.
But it's nobody else's fault that I didn't have that. Mm-hmm. I couldn't blame you, Shirley. Like if you were working and you make, a lot more money than I do, and I don't have $400, I can't expect you to get that to me. Just because I don't have it. Or I can't go to Tommy and go, hey, man, look, you making more than me. I ain't got this. I want you to give me yours.
This is the first time we ever heard me making more than me.
I know. Can you dream a little bit?
It was just illustration time.
Suspend belief. Suspend belief. Yeah. Yeah. Her letter stated that America has a moral, ethical, and economic responsibility to tax our wealth more, Steve. Our wealthy more.
Who is this person again?
She's Abigail Disney, the granddaughter of Disney World co-founder,
but you know how much money she got?
Disney fortune. She's.
Hey, now look, if you wanna pay some more taxes, go ahead. Matter of fact, just send it in.
All right, coming up, more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Team USA soccer superstar Megan Rapinoe is making it crystal clear that if the U.S. wins the World Cup, she says there's no way in hell she's visiting Donald Trump at the White House. She said, this is what she said, I'm not going to the effing White House.
Come on.
She added, we're not going to be invited, and she's probably right about that because Megan and her Team USA soccer teammates have been very outspoken when it comes to their disapproval of the president. You may have heard that Rapinoe has been very political in the past. She was the first white pro athlete in America to take a knee during the national anthem. Following Colin Kaepernick's lead, she no longer takes a knee, but Megan doesn't put her hand over her heart or sing along with the lyrics of the national anthem either. So there you go.
She not going.
She says, I'm not going to the effing White House. That's a quote.
Yeah.
I like that quote. We put that on the shirt.
On the back, we're not going to be invited.
Is Toronto going to go?
Toronto what?
Oh,
To the
going
White
to go
House.
to the White House after winning the
since they won,
NBA championship.
NBA championship.
Well, they from Canada, so I don't know what the hell they going up there for.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
Because they're in the NBA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to
I
get
don't
some
think he's expecting them.
to get some Burger King at McDonald's food.
Oh, he got
perhaps,
the
'cause
worst
that's what-
menu.
Yeah. All right, listen, we'll have more of the show, Steve Harvey Morning Show, coming up at 33 after the hour.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, the first Democratic presidential debate is set for tonight and tomorrow night at Miami's Arsht Center. The debate will air on NBC, MSNBC, and Telemundo at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, with a total of 20 candidates, 10 each night. Candidates had to qualify to be invited. And to qualify, you had to get 65,000 donors to contribute to their campaign, with 200 donors from at least 20 different states, or they had to receive 1% of support in 3 polls the DNC deems as qualified.
So everybody didn't make the cut.
Everyone, it's 23 candidates, only 20 made it, 10 each night.
Well, who didn't get the money?
All right, so here's a list of the 20 candidates that qualified for the debate. Cory Booker, Bill de Blasio out of New York, he's the mayor, Julian Castro, John Delaney, Tulsi Gabbard. Stop me, if you don't know any
one of
these.
them gonna make it.
Yeah.
Well, no, start the list over. I'll tell you who ain't gonna make it.
Okay, Cory Booker out of New Jersey, he's the senator. Yeah.
I like him, but he ain't gonna be president.
New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Nope.
Former HUD Secretary Julian Castro. Former Maryland Congressman John Delaney. Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard.
Nope.
Washington Governor Jay Inslee.
Nope.
Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar. Former
She ain't gonna make it.
Former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke.
Close.
Beto. Ohio Rep Tim Ryan.
He ain't gonna make it.
Who is that?
Who? Say that again.
Sound like Paul Ryan. That's why he ain't gonna make it.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren.
She up in there,
Yeah,
man.
she's heading
I
up
don't know how,
the
but
polls. Because she has a plan. That's all she talks about is, I have a plan for that. I have a plan for that. She's got a plan.
For everything.
Yes, she does. Former Vice President Joe Biden.
he up
Yes,
in there.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Colorado Senator Michael Bennett.
He ain't gonna make it.
Pete Buttigieg. He's a mayor of South Bend.
Yeah, he ain't gonna make it either.
That last name does it for him, that Buttigieg. Go ahead.
Kirsten Gillibrand out of New York. She's a
She ain't
senator.
gonna make it.
I ain't seen a picture of it.
Kamala Harris, California Senator.
Yeah, she in there, but it's getting a little shaky unless she starts saying something. Kamala has to start saying. I like her a lot, but she got to start saying something because she has to come with it and stop saying, that's something I would consider. Yeah, all these safe answers. She got to get a little bit more definitive.
John Hickenlooper out of Colorado. He's the governor.
Hickenlooper.
Ain't nobody gonna make it.
Bernie Sanders out of Vermont. He's the senator there, of course. Eric Swalwell, California representative. Mary Ann Williamson, the author. And Andrew Yang, a businessman.
Didn't even know he was running.
All right.
Yeah. Nobody know him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, we'll be watching it. Coming up, our last break of the day and some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right. It is that time. It is our last break of the day. Any final thoughts? Steve is coming up with his closing remarks, but any final thoughts from you, Junior?
Yeah. I just want to thank Unc for the great laugh I got today about Tommy's funeral casket. Thank you.
Oh, that was earlier in the show.
I've been thinking about that all morning.
What did he say?
Oh, he had him in a rollaway bag. And he going to swaddle him in a Louis Vuitton swaddle. Oh.
Any final thoughts from you, nephew, before we hand it over to Steve?
I still want to have a funeral rehearsal, whether I'm wrapped in a Louis Vuitton blanket, swaddling clothes, however you want to name it. I'm going to have it that way I can see who coming, I know who preaching, I know who's singing.
Somebody unzip the casket.
Well, here's my final thought. I'm too busy right now living my best life. I don't believe in it right now, but I do believe in a living will.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
do believe in that.
So
All right,
I'm in
Steve.
your will?
Oh, of course you are.
What you leaving?
It's a little segment. Just a
See.
Oh, sorry.
See.
Oh,
Hey,
sorry.
can I say this? Can I say this?
Mm-hmm.
My kids are rolling right now. They should be rolling right now. They're going to, they're at Wendy's camp. Raquel Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
At her theater camp. They are in
yeah.
L.A., so they're doing their thing, and my little girl is loving it. My little man, Jordan, is loving it, so they headed to theater camp, so y'all enjoy
well, you
yourself.
know, their daddy can act. So.
Hey, kids, we love
Let's see if they got a little bit in them. Wendy's the best person to go to.
Yeah, you have great kids, too, Tommy. Hey, Sydney. Hey, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jackie.
Jackie is going today to Family Feud.
Ooh, survey says.
Top surveys on the board. So she's going to see Uncle Steve. He don't know that yet, but you'll see her.
Well, don't tell him. Don't tell him, Tommy.
I ain't going to remember till I
No,
see
she already told him. Tell Uncle I'm coming. Don't act like I ain't sitting over there now.
She got friends with her?
Probably just one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll blow her up there. Make her feel real special.
She ain't coming in there with no entourage. She ain't rolling deep like that.
She usually be 3-4 deep. I saw her at Essence one year. I was trying to get over there. I said, your husband got you there. I had some friends. Boy, when I opened up that damn gate, about 6 women came and I felt so bad. I said, God, I thought she had one girlfriend, about 6.
All right, Steve, time for your closing. Ready?
Yeah, I got it. You know, I want to talk to you about something today. I talk to so many young people, man, and they have some really, really wonderful ideas. I talked to some young kids at my mentoring camp, and they were talking about all these ideas. Here was a thing that happened, and this is a true story. I used to really harp on haircuts at the camp, you know. Get yourself a haircut, had JT's Barbers College would be down there. And over the years, I've changed that because so many of the kids have dreads. So many of the kids have so many braids and stuff in their hair. Mr. Harvey, this way we're doing it now. So I accept it, you know. I gotta go with it. So I don't push haircuts like I used to. I was in the barbershop with JT at the mentoring camp, and this young kid, 18 years old, was telling me his plan was to go to college. So I asked him what did he want to be. He had an attorney. Now he didn't have dreads. He just had his hair plaited. You know how little girls used to make their hair loop and they put barrettes on the end? Well, his didn't do that. They were kind of fat, and he just had them kind of sticking straight out, and they looped down a little bit. I said, so what's your plan when you go to school, young man? He said, I'm going to be a lawyer, a defense lawyer. I said, really? I said, looking like that? He said, yeah, Mr. Harvey, this is how I'm going to look. I said, man, you ought to think about that. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, think about your appearance if you're going to be an attorney. He said, Mr. Harvey, no disrespect, but that's racism. And that's what we're trying to stop people from dictating us how our hair should be. I said, you're exactly right, young man. That's exactly what that is. It's racially biased towards us. It's culturally biased towards us. It's that way. I said, but let me ask you a question. I know you want to be a defense lawyer. I say, but let's say you're on trial for armed robbery and possession. Man, Mr. Harvey, I ain't never done like that. I said, we just using it for a hypothetical situation. Let's just see you on trial. And some of the barbers were over there, and a couple of the barbers had dreadlocks, and this older barber, he was just a regular cut dude with salt and pepper hair. And JT was over there, and this other little Latino kid. And so I said, look over there, man. I said, just by looking, I said, just by appearances, if you were on trial for possession and intent and armed robbery, which one of those men over there would you like to be your lawyer? He looked over there and he picked the older guy with the haircut. I said, why you picked him? He said, because he looked like he'll be serious. I said, how come you didn't pick this kid with the dreads? Nah, Mr. Harvey, he looked like me. I said, well, don't you want to be a lawyer? He said, yeah, but if I'm in trouble, man, I got to go in there looking with somebody a little bit more square. I said, well, sir, let's just think about what you just said for a minute. If that's how you would select a person, I said, how do you think other people view it? I said, so listen to me, son. it's not always about what you want to do, because what you're saying is absolutely correct. And I hope you do change America in the way it's thinking. But the way it is now, I said, man, just get to where you're trying to get to, and you can make a lot more changes that way. I said, so just remember that, brother. Just remember that. Sometimes you just got to you got to get in there and do what you're uncomfortable doing in order to get to the point of comfort that you want to be to. That's all I wanted to say to him. We out of time. Y'all have a great weekend. See you tomorrow.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.